Hello and welcome back to IGN Live from Gamescom. I'm here with Sam and Doug, and they obviously have brought along some little friends. You are here with LEGO Dimensions and just have announced the new Adventure Worlds. Could you tell us a little bit more about the new feature for LEGO Dimensions?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, in LEGO Dimensions, not only do you get a full story campaign mode, which rivals any of the past TT LEGO games that we've ever built before, you also get access to an equal number of adventure worlds based on the characters you have in your collection. So for example, in my starter pack, I get Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle, and they're going to be the heroes that I follow through the main course of the story. However, as they each represent 3 different franchises or 3 different brands, being DC Comics, Lord of the Rings, and the LEGO Movie, I now have access to 3 different adventure worlds right out of the box that are based on each of those brands. And what these adventure worlds are huge open free play space areas where I can just at my own pace go with either by myself or with a friend in co-op mode, go participate in races, mini quests. I can go stud collecting if I want to increase my currency, so I can add additional upgrades like what Sam's doing here to the Batmobile, right? Change its form and its structure, and also earn those much coveted gold bricks, which every collector needs to have if they want to unlock additional
So the whole progression
models.
from the Adventure Worlds carries over into the single player. Is it all one progression system?
So the adventure worlds themselves have a standalone progression, meaning that there's unique bespoke requirements that you're trying to obtain or objectives to complete. The story is very, very light in the adventure worlds. There's really no narrative there other than these light quests that go through. It's really just a fun playground for you to go in and enjoy even more of your favorite brands, as opposed to the main story, which of course has a much longer progression and achievements tied to that and trophies and all that fun stuff.
And the access to the Adventure Worlds is solely based on which packs you are owning. So with the starter pack, you have already mentioned Batman, Gandalf, Wildstyle. And then do I have to buy a level pack to get access to an Adventure World, or is it character based? So what does the customer has to pay or to buy to get access to new worlds?
So every world is accessed by the characters I have in my collection. So as you can see here, Sam's been kind of going across the screen here and showing off some of these different gateways that we have that take you to the different adventure worlds. We're going to take you into the Wizard of Oz world today. In order to get into that Wizard of Oz world, I do need to have a character from that collection. Now, for the first year here, we are offering the Wicked Witch as the unique Wizard of Oz character. And so you'll need to have that character. She comes in a fun pack. So it is across any tier of expansion pack that you purchase, whether that's level pack, team pack, or fun pack. All you need is a character from that brand to unlock the adventure world. So for example, Back to the Future is a good one, right? We've got the Marty McFly level pack, which comes with its own unique level, standalone level experience. But because it's got Marty in there, you can have access to the Back to the Future level, or excuse me, Adventure World. But also there's the Doc Brown Fun Pack, which is a slightly smaller pack. It's just Doc Brown. It doesn't come with a new level, but because you've got Doc, it also allows you access to that Back to the Future Adventure World. And
we already saw you can probably use every character and every vehicle in the game in every adventure world.
Yes, yes. So once you're in an adventure world, like the Wizard of Oz here, you can then start bringing in all your characters and vehicles into that world. So here you've got a great example, the Wicked Witch driving the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, and she's about to take off on a race here. She's racing against the clock, see if she can get through all the different tunnels here. And if she's successful and can beat the best time that's listed on the computer, then she will win a gold brick to add to her collection. Yeah. So it's a really great way to kind of tour the scenery here, get a good feel for what's all over the world here. As you can see, we're going through the Tin Woodman's Forest here. We were started out in the Wicked Witch's lair. We make a little bit of our way through Munchkin Land and even the Emerald City here and the Yellow Brick Road. So it gives you a nice, great way to see the entirety of the world in a quick shot.
And now we are seeing the mystery van in, I guess, one of its 3 configurations you can build around. how does, a little bit going to the toy pad, how does the toy pad know which configuration you have built? Because you have these little contact thingies and the actual model. How does this work?
Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, every toy stands on top of a toy tag, and these are read-write chips. So whatever model I've changed to up here, I can save that data to the chip that's inside the toy tag, and that's how my game knows which model I'm using right now. So as you said, every single vehicle, whether that's the TARDIS or this mech warrior here or the ghost trap from Ghostbusters, every one of these can be transformed into 3 different forms. So you sort of get the first form for free when you open up your pack and put it on the toy pad for the first time. It immediately opens up the instruction manual, and that teaches you how to build the first model. But then you've got to progress through the game a little bit and earn some of those gold bricks I was talking about in order to unlock those additional instruction manuals. But once you unlock an instruction manual, it's yours to keep, and you can reconfigure and configure your toy in any way you want. So you can go backwards and forwards. You don't have to just stick with whatever one model. You can, if you like the look of the first model better, you can go back to that model, but you can keep the powers of the second one. It really allows you a lot of flexibility.
So about the actual Lego bricks you're using, which ones shouldn't we lose? Because we can detach them. This is completely regular Lego as we already buy or can own it. So if I lose parts of the TARDIS, it doesn't affect the gameplay.
It won't affect the gameplay, that's right. So this is, as you said, a fully detachable Lego minifigure. That is Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo collection. So very excited about that. You can add that right into your own personal Lego collection if you want and go play, but then you can bring it back out. And we find it's also obviously it's a lot of fun to have your character right there and bring them to life inside the game. But yeah, the important data is all stored inside that base tag
so
there.
Don't lose the tag.
Don't lose the toy tag. That's right.
Okay. Was it hard to kind of get together the project from the start? Because it's so many brands you are combining. Was it hard to get licensees on board, or I don't know, was it a difficult development process from the start because you are working on it for 8 years, I think?
Yeah, so John Burton, who's the director of TT Games and the director of this game, this was really his brainchild and his idea that he came up with. And yeah, he's talked it a few times about, 8 years ago or so, he sort of hatched this idea about this modular gaming system where you could buy smaller packs of content from various brands and combine them together into one overarching gameplay experience. And that, Lego Dimensions really is the fulfillment of that initial idea that started many years ago, and TT's been developing over the course of the decade. They've been building Lego games, building up all these systems and all these abilities, and now it's sort of climaxing here in Lego Dimensions. And, surprisingly, working with the licensors was one of the easier parts of this game. Yeah, TT has a fantastic track record building games that people love to play. I mean, everybody wants to be a part of Lego. It's just a great, fun universe to be in. And so a lot of our licensors, we're just, some of them even coming to us say, hey, when can we be in a Lego game? So, and it was a lot of fun. But it really started for us as just a fanboys wish list. We just threw every name on the wall, like what could we possibly build a game out of? What are all the IPs, maybe some we've worked with in the past, but most of them are new IPs to the Lego world, especially in the game world. So it's a fun opportunity for us to try out some of these new brands like Doctor Who and Scooby-Doo, which haven't had their own Lego standalone game yet. And it's been a blast, yeah.
How closely are you working together with Lego, especially on the design of the vehicles or the TARDIS, for example? Is there some guidelines or lines you cannot cross in designing, for example, the Batmobile? Because there's Warner, there's DC, there's your own designers, and maybe there's also Lego saying, no, you can't do that.
It's definitely a big collaboration, and it's been a really fun one, really, truly. And I'm not just saying that, it's easy to say no. I mean, we are working with the #1 toy manufacturer in the world, and these guys really know how to get the most out of their toys, and they are the subject matter expert. They come into the world, and we've really collaborated with them very, very closely on this game. There are very important rules to follow when creating Lego toys, as far as you know, everything in the game that you see that's built out of Lego bricks has to be able to be built out of real Lego bricks in the real world. That's a very important fundamental rule for Lego, and that's true across all of the Lego games we've made. So anything you see in the world, those are all made with real, you know, they're digital models, but they can be built with real Lego bricks if you wanted to. So that's a number one rule there. And we did work very, very closely with their design team to come up with all of these different rebuild models and to work, you know, closely with our game designers to decide, well, what will work and translate into really fun gameplay in the game experience itself. So, you know, there had to be a good balance there. It couldn't just be a fun toy, but it had to be a fun gameplay element, and hopefully we could strike a really good balance between the two pieces.
Just last question, should all the other Toys to Life games be afraid when you're launching?
Well, you know, I would say I've had the most fun working on this project. Being able to work across all these different brands has been just a real delight and a real treat. And, you know, my kids are really excited. I'm really excited for this game. All I can say is that I think we're bringing something really new and exciting to the marketplace. You know, there's nothing like the toy pad out there that allows you to really interact with your toys in the way that we do. And if people are looking for something really exciting and new, Lego Dimensions is really where you're going to find it.
Great. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. Have a nice Gamescom, and you all guys out there, stay tuned to our live coverage from IGN from Gamescom Cologne. Thank you.
Thank you.